Addressing the concern that the Grenadines is being promoted by other Caribbean countries as their own, Chief Executive Officer of the local tourism authority, Glenn Beach, says this is more a positive than a hindrance. He, however, pointed out that tour operators in some of these countries are the ones who are promoting the Grenadines as their own, and not the actual authorities in these countries. Beach said when they do this, SVG is still benefiting economically from the visitor arrivals.
Because I still get the complaint where, well, Mr. Beach, what are y'all doing about the fact that Barbados promotes itself as Barbados and the Grenadines, or St. Lucia does it as St. Lucia and the Grenadines? And I keep on telling people, none of these countries do it. Tour operators within these countries or from other countries that have tours going into Barbados and St. Lucia will promote some of the Grenadines as part of their tour package. And honestly speaking, I have no problem with it. It is money coming into the destination.
The Tourism Authority CEO said that with improved access for SVG, this type of promotional scheme to include the Grenadines into their package product would decrease for some of these countries.
You will see a lot more of that changing when the international airport comes on stream, because then you have direct flights. We'll be able to work with the international airlines a lot more closely, because we're limited in terms of that, because obviously none of them can land here. But once we can work with them directly, then you'll be seeing that cut down a bit. But still, you still have the day tours into the Grenadines, whether it's Captain Yanis, which is owned by Palm, I think now, and so on, and doing those sort of tours, and we welcome it, because even if people get a little taste of St. Vincent and the Grenadines for a day, we're hoping that encourages them to come back for a longer period of time.
The newly formed St. Vincent and the Grenadines Cannabis Revival Committee, the CRC, is lauding Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves for putting forward to CARICOM the need to have the marijuana plant legalized for medicinal purposes. Chairperson of CRC, Junior Spirit Cutter, however, explained that CARICOM now needs to tap into the people who have been doing the groundwork to ensure the plant is seen for its therapeutic benefits.
We support the initiative of the Prime Minister, and we are calling on CARICOM to get more people from the bottom involved. Involve all the stakeholders, and so we're hoping that as time goes on and as we struggle, the issue of medical marijuana will become legal in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Health psychologist at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital, Dr. Giselle Miller, is advising persons to ensure that they get good health insurance to take care of any unforeseen medical emergency. In an interview with SVG-TV, the founder of the cancer support group, Scotch, said that to help cushion the cost of curative treatments, particularly as it relates to cancer, it has become necessary for persons to invest in health insurance.
It is not simple, it's not cheap, and a lot of our patients don't have health insurance and things like that that can give them some buffer. That is why now I encourage a lot of patients, I encourage people, anyone, it's important for you to get insurance. At least you have some financial buffer. You know, savings can go like that. From the time you have a terminal illness, you realize what you have saved and you think that's okay, I have this for a rainy day. Sometimes in 1 week your savings could be depleted, and that can cause you to be anxious and some people even panic. But you know, even amidst all of that, we still want to tell you to remain hopeful.
Supported by her classmates at yesterday's Thanksgiving service, an enthusiastic Onique Michael of the North Union Secondary School, who survived the Fancy Rock gutter minibus accident, expressed joy to be back at school. The 12-year-old, who loves English language, admitted that it has not been easy as she suffered a broken leg and fractured ribs from the accident.
I really feel it for the parents, because the 5 students who are dead, they were my close friends and cousins. I still can't believe they are gone. I hope they can find Simonique and Chastise, but I wish this did not happen to us. It was very sad. I'm trying to be in cope very well, but I often cry when I think back.
Her mother, Latoya Michael, said she is grateful to God and those who rescued her daughter. She also expressed solidarity with the parents of the children who lost their lives in the incident and tells them not to give up on God.
At first she wasn't doing too well. She was crying and still missing her friends, but she have to thank God for her own life and keep focused.
Anything else you want to say out there generally to other parents or the students? Anything else you want to say?
Well, I wanted my daughter to be an example. As she go back to school, I want her to be an example for others, tell them about God and share her testimony. And to the other parents, I'm still praying and hoping for the best.
Following the ceremony, the students, teachers, parents, government officials and others marched back to the grounds of the North Union Secondary School, where a mural with the faces of the 4 students who died was unveiled. The divers were also rewarded with checks and vouchers, and the parents of those who perished also received plaques. Meanwhile, a message of hope at the Thanksgiving service to honor 4 students who lost their lives in the rock gutter minibus accident was delivered by Pastor Brent St. John of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The clergyman questioned the gathering about the source of their power and says God is the real supplier of their strength.
You see, if your powers come from solar, you only have power in the canvases. Are you still with me? If your power comes in soccer, you only get power when you go to jump up and dance. Are you still with me? If your celebration and your power comes from soccer, you can only celebrate and get power sometimes. But I'm so happy that our power does not come from soccer. Somebody have me preaching the house of the Lord today. I said our power does not come from soccer. The psalmist says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth you will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. And allow me to say, he that keepeth fancy, he that keepeth breathing pills, he that keepeth North Union Secondary School, he that keepeth St. Vincent and the Grenadines shall neither slumber nor sleep. In the midst of heartaches, our God is not sleeping.
The local Coast Guard is said to be searching for the body of a fisherman from the Georgetown area. It is reported that Garth Pompey, who is said to be in his late 30s, went fishing yesterday afternoon when he was knocked off a rock by a wave and into the rough water.